Welcome to another tech video. Today we're going to be having a look at an HP Pavilion laptop that's suffering from really slow performance. So we're going to change out the SSD drive. We're going to have a look at the internals and sort of give it a bit of a clean up. This one comes with a GTX1050 dedicated GPU, so it's classed as a sort of gaming laptop, although the performance is pretty poor, so I would only play extremely old titles on it, but let's get into it. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just explain what we've done. So we've already cloned the hard disk that's in here onto this SSD drive. So we're going to put that to one side, and then we want to flip the box over, the machine over, and we want to have a look at where our screws are. Oh, okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 screws missing out the front, and we've got 2 screws missing out of the back. So that's not a good start, which suggests that either it's been abused or maybe there are just no screws in here at all. Under these little flaps there's supposed to be 2 screws in there as well. There's none under here at all. So I think we can just move straight on to trying to get the cover off. Really unusual. I've never seen a laptop that's had no screws in it before, and you can see actually just moving it around the case is coming away. So let's see if we can get in there, take a prizer tool and just run that around the outside, and then I guess we'll have to see if we've got some screws that will fit this later. Okay, and run it around here as well, down the side. Okay, right, so let's now have a look, seeing if we can get the back off, which we can. I'm running that along there. Okay, so I was going to say you'll need a selection of prizer tools and screwdrivers, but in this instance we don't need any of that. Oh my god. Right, so this doesn't look good. So we've got 2 fans here. We've got one that's a filthy fan and the other one that's a spotless fan. So got a funny feeling this fan is probably not working. So why don't we go ahead and test that? Okay, so let's find the power button, which is under this corner. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. Okay, no, they're both spinning, so really unusual why one fan... Ah, no, there you go. This fan is non-operational by the look of it, or has got a fault. Let's just try that again. So open the screen up. Press and hold for 5 seconds until it clicks off. And let's watch this fan again. Comes on briefly, but then switches off. So I wonder if that just spins up when the machine gets very hot. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're just going to get this drive changed. So first thing, let's have a feel of the battery. Battery still feels like it's in fairly good condition. And let's have a look just at this drive, see how we go about getting this out. So this is just one of those rubber trays, so it should in theory just lift out, which it does. And this ribbon cable has been pretty hammered, I would have thought. Okay, let's have a look over this side at the device itself. So aerial, the LAN card, that's still stuck down, that's okay. It's caked in dust. We are going to clean this out, and okay, so that goes under there. Right, let's remove the battery just to inspect under here as well, and then we'll take it all apart. In terms of this battery anyway, we're not going to go any further than we need to with this one. Okay, so the battery comes out okay. Again, that's pretty grubby, but we'll put that over there. Right, I'm just going to go and clean this fan out. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better, still not 100%, so just going to take the brush and give all the arms on the fan a good wipe. Right, so the next thing is, should be a fairly simple one. So this goes in this way up, this side I believe, and this one that just slides in like that, and then we take this SATA connection, stick it back on there. So this is the drive. It's a Toshiba 5400 RPM 1TB drive. We've cloned it onto a 480 gig SATA drive, which should certainly make a big difference. And let's get the battery back in now. Making sure the feet lock in under here. Push the battery back down, and then let's get these 4 screws reattached. Okay, so we do have an M.2 slot here that we could have stuck a drive in. However, these 2.5-inch drives are perfectly adequate for our client, so it's a business customer, so they don't need super duper performance. They just need it to be much better than the hard disk. Now the problem with the hard drive was things were not responding basically, and we always get that when the disk sits at 100%. So we collected it from them this morning, and that's all there is to that. I'm not going to go through the upgrade, or sorry, not the upgrade, I'm not going to go through the cloning of the drive because we've done that many times previously. So if you want to check that out, then just do a search through our channel till you find it. Okay, so that's all now back together. Looks like the clips in the front aren't working, so I'm going to see if we've got some screws that we could use. Okay, so luckily for our client, I've managed to find one screw that's fitted in the front okay, and I've got one screw that's fitted in the back, so that will at least hold the cover on temporarily. If you take your machine apart, always make sure you keep track of your screws, because otherwise, without it, the cover can quite easily come off. So let's now get this booted up and make sure that it all looks okay. We're going to give it a clean first of all, so we'll be back as soon as we've given it a good clean up. Okay, so here we are. Let's now get it started up and make sure that it boots up okay. Okay, well so far it's booted up okay. Alright, so finally we got it into Windows. Let's now just check and have a look at the system itself. You can ignore that. That is just because we are projecting onto OBS Studio. Okay, so this is a Core i5 7300 HQ CPU running at 2.5 gigahertz, 8 gig of RAM, running Windows 10 Home. Alright, so everything is all in order in terms of installation. Let's have a look at our drives. So here's our V-Series SATA 480 gig drive. Now let's go and have a look at our disk space. Make sure we've got plenty of that. And this is much more responsive than it was before. Okay, there we go. Yep, so we've got plenty of room for growth, and that's it. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just want to say thanks for watching and your continued support, and we'll see you in the next one.